Okay, let's dive right in. If you've managed to squirrel away some savings, but you're kind of wondering what's next, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to transform that pot of cash into a seriously powerful financial tool. We're talking about your blueprint to 10,000 pounds.
Look, if you've already managed to save that first $1,000, you have done the hardest part. Seriously, that is a huge milestone, so you should really pat yourself on the back for that. But it's also just the foundation. Now it's time to build on that success and turn that first step into some real momentum.
And this is our target. 10,000 pounds. I want you to really look at this number, not just as a savings goal, but as a key. It's the key that unlocks genuine financial confidence. It gives you the freedom to make way smarter and, even bolder choices with your money down the road.
Before we get into the nitty-gritty of how, we absolutely have to understand the why, right? Why this specific number? Well, because hitting this goal is like giving yourself a permission slip to start building real wealth, but without all the fear.
So what even is an emergency fund, really? It's actually super simple. It's 3 to 6 months of your essential living expenses. And I mean essential. We're talking rent, bills, food, the stuff you absolutely need to keep your life running, no matter what curveballs get thrown your way.
And this is where you can see the night and day difference. Trying to invest without this safety net, it's just so stressful. Any unexpected bill, a car repair, anything. It could force you to panic and sell your investments at the worst possible time. But with the fund, you get to operate from a place of confidence, of calm. You can stick to your long-term strategy because you know your day-to-day life is totally secure. That's the permission slip we're talking about.
So we get the why. It's a game changer. Now let's get practical with the how. And don't worry, this isn't about complex spreadsheets or anything like that. It's a really straightforward 3-step blueprint to build your own financial fortress.
Here are the 3 pillars of our plan. It's that simple. First, we're going to calculate your unique target number, so you know exactly what you're aiming for. Second, we'll find the perfect safe home for that money. And third, we'll create a super clear plan to actually fill that account. Simple, but incredibly powerful.
Step 1, know your number. This is all about you. I want you to take a good, hard look at your monthly bank statements and add up only the absolute must-haves. Your rent or mortgage, utilities, food, transport. Multiply that number by 6 and boom, that's your target. That's the number that provides real honest-to-goodness security for you.
Okay, step 2 is choosing where this money lives, and there are 3 critical rules here. First, it has to be easy to get to in a true emergency, so no locking it away for 5 years. Second, it has to be in a separate account. This is crucial for avoiding the temptation to just dip into it. And finally, here's a great psychological trick. Name the account Emergency Only. It sounds simple, but it's a powerful little reminder of its one and only job.
And step 3 is all about planning your deposits. Now, the most powerful tool in your entire arsenal here is automation. Set up a reoccurring transfer from your main account, even if it's small to start. Then you can look for ways to speed things up. Use those automatic roundup features from your bank. If you get a bonus at work or a tax refund, a nice chunk goes straight in. Got any side income? Funnel it here until you hit that big goal.
Okay, so you've got the blueprint. Now let's talk about the journey itself, right? We're going to break it down with some clear milestones to keep you fired up and some really simple guardrails to keep your funds safe and sound.
Think of this like leveling up in a game. That first 1,000 pounds, that's your foundation. Hitting 3,000, that's when you start feeling some real momentum. By 6,000, you've got major security. And 10,000? That, my friend, is the feeling of true financial freedom. And here's a pro tip. Give yourself a small, inexpensive reward at each milestone. You've got to celebrate the progress.
And to protect all that progress, here are 3 non-negotiable rules of the road. First, this money is for safety, not for growth. Do not chase risky, high-yield investments with it. Second, make it just a little bit inconvenient to access. No debit card linked to it, no mobile pay. And finally, life changes, right? So every 6 months, review your target number to make sure it still actually covers your essentials.
We've covered the why, the how, and the roadmap. Now, it all comes down to one thing, the single most important action you can possibly take to make this whole thing a reality. So, what do you think it is? After everything we've talked about, what's the one action that will pretty much guarantee your success more than anything else? This is it.
Automate your deposit. Before you do literally anything else, I want you to log into your banking app right now and set up that recurring transfer. Even if it's just 20 quid a week, start the habit. Pay your future self first. This one little act of automation is what separates dreaming from doing.
So, once you've set that automation, the journey has officially begun. And when you hit that first milestone, that first £1,000, definitely give yourself that small reward. But as you do, ask yourself this. What does this feeling of security, this progress, what does it truly unlock for you? That's the real prize you're building towards.